This is Bitchin in the Backyard. Spontaneous show we decided to do today because it's really nice out.
Yeah.
We are your BackyardBSers. This is Mama Dukes, aka Queen Therese. We got Papa Murph, aka T to the D-O-G, T-Dog. Then you got me, New York Redneck, aka Willie Bitty. What we're gonna do right now is play our crappy little song that we have. That's eventually gonna be better.
Bitching in the kitchen, but we're gonna get one for bitching in the backyard.
Yeah, we need one for bitching in the backyard, but we got to test, make sure audio and everything's all right, and
just an impromptu
that we're actually live because we still don't know what we're doing. So listen to this and keep in mind that we'll get better in time, and eventually we'll have a music video we want to do to it. So eventually.
Videos,
so check this out, and we'll be back in 2 minutes.
Saddle up, sitting at the table in my cowboy boots. I'm sipping on my coffee and I'm reading the news. It's all getting crazy, baby, you know what I mean. Got me cussing like a sailor while I'm fixing my greens. Come join us, bitching in the kitchen, y'all. It's time to get loud. If you hate the way they run it, then it's time to get proud and let it all out. Scream and shout. Ain't no sense in keeping it all bottled up. Get on in the kitchen, y'all, and tear it on up. Gotta keep it together, y'all, and keep it tight. If we all stick together, then we'll all be alright. So get it together, put your head on straight. There's work to be done, so don't be late. Come join us, bitching in the kitchen, y'all. It's time to get loud. If you hate the way they run it, then it's time to get proud and let it all out. Scream and shout. Ain't no sense in keeping it all bottled up. Get on in the kitchen, y'all, and tear it on up. Bitching in the kitchen, y'all, and tear it on up. Bitching in the kitchen, y'all, and tear it on up.
All right, we are back live.
I'll tell you, that song really gets into your vertebrae.
I want to get a better quality of it. Right now it's distorted, but that's because it was free. You know, and right now we're on free because, you know, we need donations. We have made money on here so far, so ha ha ha. Even though nobody watched us, we made a whopping 7 cents on YouTube, on Rumble so far. So hop on Rumble, let's get that up to 8 cents, and let's go, baby.
But our thing is not to make money. Our thing is to hang out.
We're doing it for fun. I mean, we have a blast doing this every time.
We used to sit here last summer, sit in the backyard and be bitching in the backyard about things.
And here we are in the backyard.
Why don't we do this and we can have interaction with people?
And it's going to get cold eventually, but I figured we have a warm spell, so why not introduce Bitchin in the Backyard and, you know, give you guys a pre-show of what's to come. You know, we have different angles in the backyard eventually we could do, but right now this is the first one. So
and we're getting it together.
Keep in mind we don't know really what we're talking about. I mean, we had a couple ideas, but we threw this together in like no time.
I ain't been watching the news all week, so
Tom, can you just take that sign down? It's flapping in the camera.
Yeah, but if he flaps it, if he pulls it down,
it's all right. It's all right. Just that's it. Yeah, just perfect. That's just so it's out of the way. Sorry, guys.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, we don't have notes or anything. We don't have a notepad.
Because I wasn't prepared for this.
This is a spur of the moment, just because it's nice out. So if I
we still got a couple of things to bitch about.
What were we bitching about first? Oh, gas prices, right?
There you go.
All right.
Hold on. All right. So yeah, we're gonna get into the whole gas thingamabob. First, I guess we'll show you a clip of, you know, the latest news. The latest news on it. We'll give you our opinion as, you know, real Americans out there living and paying these prices. So give me a minute and I'll get it up.
Rest assured to the American people, The recent increase in oil and gas prices is temporary, and this operation will result in lower gas prices in the long term. Once the national security objectives of Operation Epic Fury are fully achieved, Americans will see oil and gas prices drop rapidly, potentially even lower than they were prior to the start of the operation. And we will live in a world where Iran can no longer threaten the United States or our allies with a nuclear bomb. Rest assured to the American people, the recent increase in oil and gas prices is temporary, and this operation will result in lower gas prices in the long term. Once the national security objectives of Operation Epic Fury are fully achieved, Americans will see oil and gas prices drop rapidly, potentially even lower than they were prior to the start of the operation. And we will live in a world where Iran can no longer threaten the United States or our allies with a nuclear bomb. Rest assured to the American people, the recent increase in oil and gas prices is temporary, and this operation will result in lower gas prices.
Oh, I don't know. We weren't sure if that was on a loop or not. It said that more time left. Yes, mic's on. But because she kept saying the same thing over and over.
Yeah, sometimes she does that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, let me turn the big screen on.
Ever since she doesn't get her lip injections, it's kind of like the mouth needs to
And the
move.
last time our government told us something was going to be temporary was
go.
a 2-week wearing
The
your
mic's on,
mask
right?
and stay in your house. That lasted for 2 years.
Yes, it's true.
So
you got a good
don't-
point with that.
Their temporary
That is a good one,
is
yeah.
a lot different than
Yes.
my temporary.
Exactly.
It's true.
Yeah.
2 weeks to fly on the curve turned into 2 years.
2 weeks to flatten the curve turned into
It was only temporary.
turned to
We all had to do our part.
Turn
Just
into
like the tariffs.
Mm.
It's only temporary. The tariffs are temporary, and it's going to pay.
Yeah.
off for
Listen,
long
listen. We're gonna get a check from Doge eventually, and then we're
That
also gonna get our
Doge.
tariff checks too. You know, so he has all this planned for us. So every month he's gonna be sending us $1,000.
You know,
Everybody, every American.
I'm telling you, I don't know how true it is. Like when I see things, sometimes I try to go down rabbit holes, but it depends on what I got going on that day. Okay, because I'm very busy. Anyway,
You are actually.
I am busy, but
Anyway, go
anyway.
on.
So the thing is that I read somewhere, and like I said, feel free to check it out yourself because I haven't checked it out totally. Something about that since the Supreme Court said that the tariffs were illegal or whatever that Trump was doing, that now our government has to pay back the tariffs.
No.
That's what I read. I
No.
don't. I know. I sort of like it was like on really like
was
a
it that some
regular
liberal
station.
judge?
No, but no. My thing is that Trump was trying to figure out a way, but nobody might tell you this. I don't know if it's true. Like I said, I'm not. I don't want to spread misinformation. My thing
But if it is, they won't tell us.
Yeah, but if you go down the rabbit hole, people, and you check it out, because then where's our tariff checks? All the money we spent, now we just gave back to other countries,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
not us.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. We just
So really,
that would be crazy.
I know. I'm
Well,
trying to say.
good news is, gas prices are going to drop because oil has taken an historic drop. Oil has dropped the most it's ever dropped in the history of oil prices. They're telling us a 30% drop. And so I'm going to let you guys hear them out. All right. And then I'll tell you really what we think and a little more about that because it's bullshit. Give me 1 minute.
You need to get a little thing that goes bullshit.
There's been a little bit of positive movement in the markets after the president told CBS that the war is pretty much complete. What's the latest?
Yeah, oil prices hitting their lowest level of the day after crashing through that $100 a barrel benchmark overnight, even reaching up to $115, $120 a barrel. Those are numbers that we haven't seen for nearly 4 years since the war between Russia and Ukraine broke out. But even though these levels have come down to about $85, $90 a barrel, still 30% higher than they were just a month ago. Markets obviously move very quickly, but what isn't moving so quickly for Americans, at least today, is that price of gas. People are showing up at the pump and realizing that gas is costing about 50 cents more on average than it did just a week ago and 40 cents more than it did a year ago when President Trump was newly in office. Of course, oil prices can change. They could go back up again, especially because so much of the world's oil, 20%, is really locked at a standstill at that Strait of Hormuz, where 20% of the oil moves through, as oil tankers are simply stuck there, unable to move oil. The U.S. does have a good supply of oil. However, oil trades on a global market, and that's why you're seeing nerves. That's why you're seeing oil prices rise, and that's why you're seeing gas prices rise. According to Gas Buddy, we could see another 10 to 20 cent rise, and we could and will likely reach $4 a gallon here in the United States. But investors on Wall Street were also encouraged by that conversation that President Trump had with CBS News. Markets really made a turnaround. The Dow closing up 239 points. Look at that, most of the day in the red, finishing in the green. Also the NASDAQ and S&P closing in the green. This is really investors reacting to news, being headline sensitive, as they've been saying for the past couple weeks or so. But really overall, a tepid response from Wall Street, trying to be more measured, or trying to perhaps project a more measured tone that the administration may have.
All right, we're back on.
On.
Yep, and see, guys, you had to play that. You see, we don't just watch Fox News. That was CNN. So we do, there's other things. We're not just only Fox News,
Right.
So, but then again, we're anti-MAGA because we don't agree with everything Trump likes. So
I
now,
know, so now
I guess
MAGA
we are
is
CNN
guys,
now,
yeah.
huh?
I voted for the guy 3 times.
Yeah, so did
I
I.
gotta
know.
say, I'm disappointed.
Exactly.
Yeah, not what I expected.
So
out of
she's
the
saying now, oil prices took a 30% drop since 30 days ago, right? Realistically, though, oil, I think, was at like $97, just whatever, yesterday or last week, whatever it was. And then it went up, but it went back down. But realistically, oil's still around the same. It's not 30% lower. It was in the high 90s, $100, let's just say, and now it's around $90.
Right.
So we got 10%. So where's this 30%? Like, they just grabbed little numbers. Well, for 10 minutes, it went up 30% and back down. So that's for the next 30 days. Like, it's still going right back to normal.
However, she did say that gas could go up to $4 a gallon.
Yeah,
but regardless, gas shouldn't be going up because we should be drilling baby drill. Why are we not getting the oil from America?
Nobody drilling?
I have no, because that was all bullshit apparently too.
They're
gonna say, well, it takes time to get the facilities up. I thought the facilities
the
are ready to turn
were
on.
always up until Joe Biden said not happening. The facilities are there.
You're telling me in a year you can't start drilling? I mean, come on.
It has been a year.
The ballroom, how long did that take you?
Of course, but that's because he needs that. When he
it's
stays
absolute
in office
bullshit.
forever.
We need 99 cents a gallon gas. That's what we should be at. We should be drilling here. We should have $1 a gallon.
I would even be realistic at $1.89.
Well, that's what it was last time he was in office before COVID or some shit.
But you know what? It's not going to go like that because when he was in office the first time, and this is not a Trump bashing thing here, but when he was in office the first time, everybody who was watching could really realize, yes, interest rates were low. That also was due to Obama because they were low even when Obama was president near the end. I'm just being honest. Okay, but the interest rates were low. Gas prices were $1.89 at the end of Trump's presidency. Okay, he was for the people. There were things he did. And then our next show, when we have it in a couple of days or whatever.
Well, no, our next show is not going to be probably till next Tuesday. Because we have family over. We have the party for St. Patty's Day for the Murph. And then, so then I figured Tuesday maybe we'll do another short show like today, and then Saturday we'll go back into.
Lose my train of thought.
So I'm just letting everybody know, the routine.
Okay, well then you would have lost your
train
of thought.
Promos.
I know, but listen, the thing is by then I'm gonna actually have a list, of what Trump did actually do for America, which I was happy about in his first term, and what actually he's doing for America in his second term. And I will have a list, and we will see.
What we have to do as a country is, because we are us American people are being played by both sides. Okay, every 4 years he closes the pipeline. This guy opens up. We're all being played. What we have to do is even the Democrat side with moderate Democrats who are normal people like us. I always got along with Democrats until the last 10 years.
Yeah.
They act nuts. I mean, so do our side.
No, yeah.
But
both
what we have to
sides.
do is just us normal ones all have to vote independent and get rid of the
It
Republicans
doesn't work
and the
that way. It
Democrats.
never did. I wish for
That's
once
what we
it
have to
would.
do.
I wish for once it would, but it's not going to happen.
Well, that's what
that
we
way.
have to do. We all have to, because if all of us normal people in this country got together and we voted both sides of these people out.
And how about we get a non-millionaire as president? Why don't we have an average Joe as president? You know, why is it always these rich people that are presidents? Have someone like us the president.
There are no average Joes that run for president. And I gotta say,
because you need the money.
I am not going. You do.
Right.
You
Right.
do.
And why is that?
That's why you need to be rich to run for president.
And you know
why is that? Back in the day, Abraham Lincoln was as poor as any of us.
I know people,
but he made president
as well as you do here where we live. I'm not saying the state, but we all know where I live anyway. But still, the thing is that I know people who wanted to run for state government jobs, right? And stuff like that.
Yes.
They are, I don't mention names, but
No,
they
not.
are like totally slandered.
Yep.
It's not going to happen.
They destroy. Yes.
It's not going to happen. You need to fit the agenda, whether you're right or left. The agenda must
you don't even
be
get
met.
You don't even get a toe in the door, let alone a foot in the door. No,
no, it's absolutely true.
You see the game,
and they were saying how they have the votes counted. They know exactly how many votes they need to be able to do it. But then if they get it, then the other votes go up more. Like they know, so they know how much they have to.
They know exactly what they have to do.
They know exactly what they're doing, and that's why voter ID is.
People say that.
Oh, speaking of voter ID,
voter ID.
You know what?
T to the DOG today.
I went in to buy a lighter in the store today, and the guy behind the counter says to me, "I hate doing this, but it's the new law. I need to see ID." I said, "ID for what?" What? He goes, "For the lighter you're buying." I said, "I got to show ID to buy a lighter?"
Well, you look, you could be 16. We don't know,
But 16, they say, is old enough to vote.
They want.
But you don't need to show ID to vote. These assholes into Washington.
But you need to show it for a lighter, even though he's blatantly his age.
But when they say no ID to vote, it isn't in every state. That's usually just in Democrat-run states. Our state, they extra ID.
They do actually.
They do, and I love it. I love every
we
year.
are Democrat
But don't say elections are rigged.
No, but they do. I'm happy that I always have to show ID.
Yeah, this is unfortunately a Democrat-run state, and they actually extra IDs, which I hope stays, but it also might not be. God knows if in the cities, because we're outside the city, but in the cities they might not.
But I'm not going to say my name, even though you all can find out if you really want to. But the point is the last time that I went to vote. Yeah.
Isn't that your name?
Yes. Well, Queen Therese.
Mama Dukes.
But anyway,
what do you guys like better? You have to let us know. Mama Dukes or Queen Therese?
Queen Therese, but I'm going to be Mama Dukes.
I mean, I used to call her Mama Dukes all the time. That's why I stuck with it. I figured, because we used to be, up in the trailer, up in the mountains, and she was Mama Dukes up there.
But anyway,
sorry,
before I get sidetracked. So now, so anyway, I have a common last name. I'm not going to say what it is. But anyway, so last time when I went to vote, they were like, they said, could I have your name? And I said, okay. And I gave my name and I gave my license. But when they were punching in, they're like, you voted already. I'm like, oh, no, I didn't. Don't even
Hold
say
on.
I did.
You were able to vote even though you got married and had your name changed?
Well, because I did. I brought everything down to social security.
You were able to. It's a miracle. Wow. So
How
that
did
means
that
because you got married, that didn't infringe you on voting?
No.
Did I use the right words for that?
Yes,
I don't know. My education isn't the best.
And speaking of that, Facebook is my little diary or whatever.
Yeah, you love
right?
the boomers love Facebook.
But here in this I should have saved it but someday I'll screenshot it and post it on the thing. Anyway, way back when Obama was president, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I had gotten married actually in the early 90s. Not to him, but
damn, how many times you got married?
A lot. But anyway.
I'm in the 8th door,
yeah. But
okay, but anyway, go ahead.
The 8th door, yeah. I got married to the widow next door. He's been married 7 times before, and
everyone was an Henry.
Couldn't be a Willie or a Sam. Anyway,
let's get serious.
So, but at the time, Obama was president, and I did my banking with like I'll just say because it's over the time limit now. I did my banking with Chase.
Time on red button.
Chase. Well, all right, I did. I don't know. Anyway, the bank I did my banking with.
The woman from Colorado has 2 minutes.
She's gonna lose the train of thought.
No, they froze my bank account because I thought when I got married to that husband and I changed my name, I thought I got a license in that name. Everything else, I never changed my social security into that name. They froze my account. It was like they were telling me I had identity theft. This was when Obama was president. I had to jump through hoops to really find, because I wasn't the best like record keeper then. Now I am, because I learned from that. See, women, you need to just learn from it and then have your papers. But anyway, I had to go jump through hoops. It took me 2-3 days to get everything I needed, but then I did, just for them to unfreeze my bank account. So I don't want to hear about, oh, they're saying women can't vote and stuff. You should have your shit. Bottom line, because when I married this man, I had all my shit. Boom, done.
And we did.
There you go.
Bada bing, in and out.
Boom. Yep.
How much did that cost roughly? To let people know, because they always say that people can't afford it, oh, it's too much. How much did it cost to get your name changed over and get your things? Roughly.
That's it.
Roughly.
You go to DMV with your old license that says like Therese Smith, which is not the name, but Therese Smith. And now it's going to be Therese Jones, okay? So you go and you bring your marriage certificate, you bring your license,
and your birth certificate.
Your birth certificate that says Therese Smith.
How easy is it to get a birth certificate? Because they say that's also impossible as well.
The Department of Vital Statistics. Boom, $10.
$10. Okay, that's what I thought, because I've had to get mine. You go down, put out your name, what you need, okay, $10.
You can do it online.
You probably could in most
places.
I did.
Yeah.
So, okay, so that's not an excuse. So now, DMV, how much did that cost to get your new license?
Well, my original time when I moved here,
Roughly.
$40.
Okay.
So when I had to get my new license, I think it was like $20.
Okay, so $20, $20 to $40, we'll say, but then everything else, you just make a phone call, send over the document and like your bank accounts and everything, and they change it over. Right?
Yeah.
So that doesn't cost you anything.
No.
What about Social Security
It doesn't
card?
cost you anything. You
The
go
Social Security
down
card?
there. No, you go down there. It was here's this, boom, here you go. You'll get your Social Security
So for
card
less
in the
than
mail.
$50 and a couple of
Are we
phone
still
calls.
mics off?
Yes, mic's on, mic's on. But hold on, for $50 basically at most, that's what it costs you to get everything changed over so you can vote.
Yeah.
Come on.
And even if you don't drive, you can go into my vehicle.
ID,
It used to cost you like $5 just for the
if you don't drive.
But you can get a state ID. I mean, there's no reason for anybody. And if you don't know how to go about this,
but hold on, you can't.
You
find
shouldn't
the
be voting
DMV.
anyway.
Remember, some people can't even find. They don't even know where the DMV is.
Then
it's called Google.
But they can't. Opinion really count.
But they can't use Google because they don't know how to use computers, according to Democrats.
I know.
So,
I know. Come on, really.
We get an absolute.
Oh,
ridiculous.
and another thing, when he said about going and showing his ID
to buy a lighter,
I had to go to the doctor today. Okay, when I went there, I had to give my insurance card and my ID. I can't just hand insurance cards.
But you don't need it to vote. That's crazy.
Yeah, but they don't want us.
Again, in certain states, you don't need it to vote. Other states, you do need ID to vote.
Well, this is why you have certain.
I'm surprised we really do need to give it up.
This is why you have certain politicians who are elected into office. You're like, who the hell is voting for these people?
It's going to be that way.
Until America uprises and says,
but I gotta tell you,
fuck the government, we're gonna start our own new government, and we're gonna get the majority to do it. Like, that's the only way.
People think,
not endorsing it, not saying not.
No, when you were saying before about maybe we don't need a millionaire to run the government. That's where people, and I understand where they're coming from. I don't
because
agree
a
with
businessman, if they can make money, they can make America good. I get that too.
Or they say socialism might be the answer. They think this because they've had millionaires and everybody in government is rich. So they try to grasp at straws.
How about
they really don't?
How about the ones that go in and make millions of dollars?
But that's what I'm saying.
Not just the president. But I mean,
all of them.
Like there's Omar one up in Minnesota. How the hell did you make $30 million?
That's why people want socialism.
Well, she had the winery. You know, the winery that you couldn't call and get a hold of anyone, and you couldn't order any products off of. You know, they're all sold out. They've been so busy. $30 million.
The minute we take the crooks
You sure our mic is on, right?
Yes, the mic's on.
Gotta check. It's different
It's
episode.
only
day we
30
take a
times an
day-
episode.
OCD kicks in and I can't see it.
The
So.
day we have these crooked bastards out of office is the day America.
Well, that's
We'll
not
be
going to
good again.
happen. So you might as well move out of this country.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
move
You
on
lose
to
the old Donald.
We
Let's
need
move
to
on to
divide
something else.
America. We need to start a new America. New America with us middle of the road people
you talking
and our
Civil
own
War,
government. And people with
Exactly.
common sense that don't lick
I know.
boots and just have to agree with everything that the person in power does.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. Speaking of the person in power, all right,
Okay.
you have your phone for the Truth
Oh, yeah,
Social?
yeah. Because this one upset me today. Oh,
All right.
yeah, I
So
gotta
yeah, he
tell
had
you,
a
sure.
post on Truth Social. I tried to find it on X, I couldn't, but I found him posting it. So, she's gonna read it to you, but I'll put it up on screen so you can read it yourself.
Okay.
However you guys want to do it. As
You
I
can't
drop
turn
my
off the
cigarette.
mic now because I got to
Well,
talk.
yep, I know.
Yeah. All right. So should I read it now? Or should
Give
I
me a
wait?
second. Let me pull it up. Let's see. We got this thing on Bob. This is what you call it, and it is up for. Hold on. Let me just scroll down a little. There you go for people to see. Go ahead.
Okay. If Iran does anything, this is from Trump on Truth Social. If Iran does anything that stops the flow of oil within the Strait of Hormuz, they will be hit by the United States of America 20 times harder than they have been hit thus far. Additionally, we will take out easily destroyable targets that will make it virtually impossible, okay, for Iran to ever be built back as a nation again. Death, fire, and fury will rain upon them. But I hope and I pray that it does not happen. This is a gift from the United States of America to China and all of those nations that heavily use the Hormuz Strait. Hopefully, it is a gesture that would be greatly appreciated. That would be appreciated? I don't understand why you would appreciate. Oh, thank you for not fire, brim, destruction. Okay.
This is why she doesn't read from a teleprompter.
Well, I did it.
No,
right?
I know.
Well, I'm not saying I'm the best reader, but I think I did good. But my point is that if they want, Trump says, and everybody says it's regime change, then why do you put that it will be virtually impossible for Iran to ever be built back as a nation ever again? If you are saying regime change, so obviously,
Well, he's saying not regime. This isn't regime.
no,
change,
he
right?
said it was.
Oh, now it's regime change.
And no,
Alright.
he's been saying it's about regime.
I thought they were trying to say, oh no, they're not, because people for the past like 30 years they've been trying to do that, and that's why they're like, oh no, don't use that word.
He's been touting regime change. I don't know, because
Who
to
knows?
follow him is like ping, ping, ping.
It's
ping,
not.
ping.
It's not exactly. You got nothing to fear but fear itself.
You know what I also realized too, because I'm out a lot,
Mic is on,
places.
right?
Yes, mic's on. Anyway,
You're out a lot.
they're complaining about the Iran that women have no, they can't be seen in public without a male. They have to cover their heads and everything. All over the place in America, I see these exact people where the women are only out with their husband and they're covered in everything. You can't see their face and
You
everything.
see that?
Yeah, in places I go. I don't
Really?
want to
And, you don't
reveal
have to
too much
say,
about
but
my
really
job.
you
Yeah,
do?
I see that very much. I see handfuls a day, which I know handfuls isn't a lot compared to the rest of Americans. But
Right.
the thing is, they're in here and we're allowing it. So why are we trying not to allow them to have it over here? But if you're an American and you do it, it's fine because it's in your own house and it's your own religion. So it makes no sense that. I mean, I still think it's wrong. Trust me. I think that's a horrible way of life.
Because here they respect their culture, which I really do.
But over there, they want to blow up their culture.
Right.
Makes no
It
sense.
doesn't make sense.
Again,
It
I don't
doesn't.
agree with the culture. I don't like the culture. I think
You
it's,
may not agree with it, but
but-
if they're okay with
yeah.
it, that's just the way it goes.
and if you're not okay with it, then we should have some type of service where not okay with it. Okay, you apply here, we'll come and we'll give you asylum or something.
Mhm. Right.
That would make more sense than just blowing them up. Because there's a percentage of them that enjoy that. They're okay with it. The wife's like, what? I stay at home. I don't work. I just listen to what he says. It's a very
Imagine
simple
that.
life for some
I
women
can't
like that. I
imagine
mean,
but yeah.
I don't know why. I don't think, I mean, I guess that's a man's perfect woman right there.
Well,
But
no.
seriously,
Now
it's
those
not,
elements
that's
have
not
to
living.
be
That's not life. That's not cool.
Yeah.
No.
But
That would never be tried on me because that would be.
But
the
they
end of
didn't
it.
live like that prior to 1970.
no, exactly. I've seen videos
They
in like
were-
the
they were-
70s and 80s.
Yes.
70. It was old. I don't know how old, but
No, but
and yeah,
79
they
is
were
when it
just
took
like
over.
us, wearing
were just like
shorts
us.
and stuff. And
People wore regular clothes and people weren't thrown off rooftops.
Because they had a leader that if that's who they voted in, same
But
thing
you think that
as
if
here.
we're worried about our votes being legit, you really think their votes are legit?
you
I
know
mean,
what,
they're
let me tell you
absolutely
something.
not.
Yeah.
I don't
Let me tell you-
believe that for a
no,
second.
no,
You
hear
vote
me out,
wrong,
hear
they're
me
going
out,
to
hear
cut
me
your
out.
fingers off.
That's saying that
Exactly.
Like, no,
You know?
okay. So you're talking about the 70s or 60s or 70s, they were like that. In the 60s and 70s, America was a very different country too. Okay, where we always had Catholic presidents. Okay, and it always was God and my
Yeah.
country.
Well, we definitely have no freedom of speech on here because even YouTube all the time is striking our stuff. Oh, this can't be seen. Oh, this can't be
They
seen.
were rigging stuff back then. We had the CIA kill a president back in the early 60s.
Right, but
And nobody did
anyway,
anything about
be
it.
careful over there.
And they've still done nothing about it.
But what were you saying though? So anyway,
I
about
forgot.
no, you said about YouTube scratching our
Yeah,
stuff all over the
YouTube
place.
is. I've had copyrights on plenty of my things.
That's
it's
their
just
new
because
thing,
of
copyright.
Yeah,
Okay.
copyright. Like it's not a strike, but it can't be seen. It's like so you're pretty much saying that you don't want it to be
You know
seen
what,
because you have
people-
nothing to really do it, and there's no appeal option. You can't even appeal it.
That's why I never liked YouTube.
At least
for a long
TikTok.
time.
TikTok also does the same thing, but a TikTok lets me appeal it, and then in a couple of days, they're like, "All right, you were right." It's like, of course, because someone just flags it because they don't like what they see.
Right, but guys, we really need more viewers, more followers on TikTok.
Yeah, we need.
and
Yeah, if you have
Facebook
TikTok
and
or Facebook,
Rumble, X, but
We
Facebook and TikTok are. our
yeah,
big
we want to
ones.
go live on Facebook and TikTok
Yes,
as well
yeah.
as YouTube, Rumble, and X. But
But I need a shout out. I need to shout out to all of you who have just become our followers this week. Thank you. I
yes,
really
thank you so much.
appreciate
We got
it.
a lot this
And
week.
T to the DOG, when he comes back, he will say it too. Thank you so much. We really appreciate
we really do
it.
appreciate it. Thank you so much. Soon
Yes.
we'll hit 100 on Facebook. We'll go live. Soon we'll hit 50 on TikTok, and we'll go live. At least that's what they say we have to do
Yeah.
until we get there, and then they say
And then
something
they
different.
find
Yeah,
out
yeah.
some excuse. Yeah.
But for now, Rumble and YouTube stick on because we can actually see your chats. I think we could see them, but we should be able to see your chats on Rumble and YouTube. X we're live on, but I don't know. It doesn't work. But we have Restream. I don't know if it's just that platform,
we
but it's
trying.
not. Yeah, we keep on trying every week, but nothing
Yeah.
works. So
Are still
is what
not
it is.
live on X?
well, no, we are live on
Oh,
X. Yeah, we
okay.
just can't see the chats, which is dumb.
That's what our thing is we are going to figure that out. Even if it costs us $100 to figure it out.
We'll get there eventually. Right now, we just want to work on getting viewers first and more people interacting with us. Then it's worth it to get more stuff.
Yeah,
But until we
yeah.
get to that point, shout out to Timu. We got our mics over here. I don't know if you can see them right here. There's a 2-pack for $3.16 I got on sale.
Wow.
And they ain't perfect, but you know what? I've seen live streams where people have these professional microphones and they don't sound any different than this shit. So
Nah.
and then
So
shout
Rob
out to
started it.
Amazon for our $50 camera that seems to be doing the job. So
Yeah.
I appreciate $49.99. All right.
and T to the DOG, without mentioning names, thank your newly followers on Facebook.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
Also, Rumble. I think we got 1 or 2 on Rumble and
Yay,
TikTok this
thank
week.
you
So thank you.
guys,
as
All
well.
right.
girls,
All right, that's good to hear.
people. I guess.
Thanks everybody.
I'm a New Yorker, so we always say thanks, guys.
Now,
Whether you're girls,
I'm a New Yorker, too.
whatever.
Are
I mean
you?
that, but the thing is so when I say that, I'm not misgendering anybody. So I should say thanks, peeps.
and if you
There you
guys
go.
comment on a lot of our stuff, we'll start shouting you out for the comments and stuff because we do appreciate the
If
interactions and
you
everything.
want us to, if you
So.
don't, we respect that.
Yeah. Yes,
Yes.
we respect your opinion
We do.
and your pronouns and your.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah. All right, so getting back to Mr. T to the RUMP, Trump. Did I spell that right?
Yes, you did that.
Okay. This is his. What is it? We'll see about that. I did have faith in that, but I mean, I'm still on the fence. Still on the fence. I'm gonna try to bring up. Yeah, we know that. You're really
We're
rich.
getting richer with every strike he makes. Yep.
Son of a
If I
bitch.
could ever find, all right, I'm gonna try to pull up. It's I think like the latest on the war in Iran and what's going on in there.
Yeah,
So
because I haven't followed the news.
I
Today
stopped
was
watching the
my
news.
day. Today, I was like, it was beautiful. It was my day.
Like Denzel Washington once said, if you don't watch the news, you're uninformed, and if you watch the news, you're misinformed.
it's
So you know
very.
what?
I seen that actually like this week. I seen that
Yes,
clip.
Yeah.
Denzel Washington.
That's why I'd rather just put my music on and just.
Oh, you watch the news every day, but today we took a break.
No, I haven't watched it. I haven't watched it
You
all week.
watched it yesterday.
He's just delusional. He hasn't taken his vitamins, all right? So his
No,
brain is a
I
little
haven't
cloudy.
His, what is it? That mushroom mane?
Yeah,
thing?
the lion's mane
I
mushroom
haven't
stuff.
watched it.
Not shrooms, but lion mane mushroom. All right, let's
All
get
right,
to
let's-
this. We're gonna get into what Trump's the latest thing in Iran and crap. So let's share the screen, and then we're gonna mute the mic.
Good evening, I'm Bill Malugin, and this is your Fox News Report. Today was the most intense day of strikes against Iran since the start of the war. The Pentagon says the U.S. has now struck more than 5,000 targets, including 50 Iranian naval vessels. Iran's missile attacks also down 90%. Wall Street responding to the good news, oil now back under $100 a barrel. 5 members of the Iranian women's soccer team have been granted asylum in Australia. The athletes have been fearing death back home after staying silent during the Iranian national anthem before a soccer match last week. Shots fired at the U.S. consulate in Toronto this morning. Witnesses there say 2 people fired handguns outside the building before driving off. Canadian
All right, so that was Toronto going on. He was going on with, but we don't live in Toronto. It's not in our country, so I don't give a shit.
Hey, there was a couple of
No, my
My son.
ancestry did come from
Yes.
Africa to Europe to I think
And
Canada.
Jerusalem.
Canada, yeah, I mean
Yeah.
everywhere. You know,
But everybody all
I-
know what's
I bet you that the original Israelis from the Bible and stuff, I probably got that DNA. That's what Jew I am.
Oh,
I'm
sure
an
of
original
it.
Israeli
Yes.
Jew. I'm not gonna quote it, but I got a feeling because I'm not them. I'm not the people that run Israel now. I'll tell you that one.
No, yeah.
no.
Those aren't real Israelis. Oh, YouTube's gonna take us down.
Yep.
That's
You
it.
mentioned that. That's it. Out you go.
So yeah, it's not technically the Jew bash. It isn't about the Jews so much that everybody keeps on complaining about. I mean, the Hasidic Jews kind of upset about the welfare thing, but Jews in general.
There you go. You got us
I
kicked
know.
off again.
But I am Jewish, so I can share my thoughts on fellow Jews.
Mhm.
But the people that run Israel, that's really what we're upset with. That America's upset with, I think, more than anything. And they say they're Jewish, so they're pretty much, you should be upset with them because they're using your Jewness basically to feed off of
Yeah.
everyone else and be evil fellas.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
But anyway, what does that
Anyway.
have to do with that?
I don't know.
I don't know
just
where you
on a
went with
rant.
that, but-
I don't know.
It was a fun
I
ride.
don't know where you went with that either. I was like, all right, what's
Anyway, so yeah, so Trump's bombing the shit out of Iran, basically, is what they're telling us. Oh,
I know.
still got that cough man, for
Yes,
weeks, for weeks.
Forever.
This damn
Forever.
cold.
And, what is the word? Like BTW, by the way. I had to go to the doctor today because I've never really been a problem. But anyway, it's all good now. Life is good.
Crimea
Anyway,
River.
Cortisone.
no, it really,
Cortisone.
don't tell them what chat I had.
Hey,
It's
you didn't hear from me.
law.
You didn't hear from me.
Anyway, I don't really care. It's my way, it's not
Sentinel
really
shot.
that. But the thing is word around town in the medical community is people got to start wearing masks because there's a virus going around. Just
Really? So in the hospital or whatever, the doctor's house, you have
Yes.
to wear a mask now?
they got the word today. Yes. So,
So there's
a
something
virus
going on.
around. So we shall
Yeah.
see. Keep an eye out. Keep an eye out.
Where's that little Anthony Fauci?
Yeah.
No, seriously.
Good old-
But I've had this cough for a month and a half.
I know it's
Yeah.
been like a month. All 3 of us were
yeah.
rotating.
Christmas,
It's
right?
like-
It's
And
Christmas.
it was like we got hit back to
Since
back too.
January,
It was like one, then
Yeah.
another one right
And
after you start feeling better.
Boom,
Another
boom,
week.
Boom.
You ain't going
It's like-
anywhere.
Seriously, I was getting very I know we were doing this whole bitch in the kitchen, but we were really working
Yeah.
through that because it's
Yeah.
really draining.
Yeah, we took off the week, but even before the week prior and the week after, like you guys were bad one week. The other
To
week,
my
I'm
son, right?
yes, son. Oh
I always put
Lord.
my
I
thing
know,
behind
and
me
you
and
know
take
what,
care of what I
guys?
got to do.
Call me crazy, okay? And
Crazy.
I don't think I am, but
Neurotic.
You're not
no,
crazy.
I'm different.
Oh, different. Now we're gonna go with
Remember?
different.
No, that's T to the DOG's word for me. Different. Anyway, you know what? Call me different. Okay. Now, what was I saying? Oh, there's something because we're also really achy. Like I said, I have a knee pain. That I know I don't have problems with shit like that. You know,
Mhm.
everybody's waking up, they got pains in their ribs. it shouldn't be for over a month and a half.
I think it had to do with the cold. It's something that is associated with that or something. Yeah, I know. I've had some strange, just like, why is this killing me for a couple of days? Then it goes away, then a different body. It's like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah, and then you can't sleep.
I mean, I know I'm getting old and stuff, but it's weird. I mean, I have pains every day. You know, I've had my share of accidents. I have my aches and pains. You know, but it's just that they're just different pains, and it's such weird spots, and it's almost like it's attacking different sections of my body at a time. My body's fighting it all up, and
psychoteen storm or whatever.
Well, it's like today when I kept getting that.
And he's got a huge rash.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't go into your whole HIPAA law.
Talking about rashes.
No, but I'm wearing these.
That's because it was Tuesday and Thursday night dress up parties.
I know. He's got to wash them clothes after all.
Yeah.
What do you call these things? Clogs? What are these?
I don't know.
But anyway, they're plastic. And every time I walked up the stairs, I'm stepping on a nail or something. What the hell is going on? I'm checking with him. What happened?
He's like, babe. He's like, ow, ow.
I'm checking my
And I'm
sock.
like, maybe you got a planter's wood on your foot.
Yeah, I'm checking my feet and everything. All of a sudden, you said,
I go, what does it feel like? He goes, it feels like I'm stepping on a tack. I said, T, look on the bottom of your thing. And he looked, and it was a tack.
It was a tack.
I've had that before too, literally, where I'm walking, like, ow, and I'm gonna need this.
Every time I'm going down one of the steps, I'm like, ouch.
But where do you get a tack from? We don't even use tacks in this house.
And it was a white one. It was like big.
Yeah, it was a big thing. It was like, and
we
every time
literally, we don't even have that in here. Like, we don't use them for anything.
And he doesn't really use it other than the backyard.
I have no idea. But all I know is now I'm relieved of the pain.
Yep.
Because man, all day long.
I thought.
So,
yes. I looked at you and just started like cracking up, like, yes, he was attacking my shit.
But Bill,
red button.
But anyway.
All right, enough with the bullshit.
She's out of time.
Nobody cares about your guys' lifestyle.
The man from Maine is out of time.
All right. The man from Maine. All right, now, T-Dog, you got 10 minutes.
Don't even give him that.
All right, so we're gonna go on.
Mic is on. Everything's good with the mic, right?
You've asked 30 times this show.
Oh, you give me 10 minutes, I'll give you the world.
Sorry, guys.
All right, so we got over here. We got why did USA go to war? All right, and this is so the senator is gonna tell us why America went to war. I don't know what senator
is. Iran.
Yeah, they're gonna tell us the real reasons. I don't know which senator this is, but if you guys know, it's one of them.
I know, like
nobody really cares who half of them are because they don't even do anything. They're part of the machine.
I'm an independent now. I don't know.
Just give me a second because everything's popping up on the screen that I don't want to pop up. And then I'm using the wrong mouse. There we go.
What is the reason, if the nuclear program isn't the reason, as poor Ted Cruz, I never thought I'd put those three words together, is over there talking about nukes? And we know that the intelligence did not suggest that an attack was imminent from Iran. What is left? Why are we at war with Iran?
Great question. Yeah, great question. I mean, the simplest explanation, might be the one that they gave 24 hours in, that they've kind of tried to backtrack since then, which is that Israel made us do it. That Bibi decided on this timeline, Netanyahu decided he wanted to attack, and he convinced Trump to join him by scaring Trump into believing that U.S. assets in the region would be at risk, and so Trump was better off just joining Netanyahu. I hope that isn't the full explanation, but you're right. As we are now hearing that the nuclear program is not part of their targeting campaign, as we're now more confident that even harder line leadership is taking hold, as the Strait of Hormuz is still being shut down, even as we get their Navy, what's left as the explanation? It might just be that Israel forced our hand. And how weak does that make the United States look? How weak are we if our allies can force us into wars of choice that are bad for U.S. national security interests?
All right, sorry, mic's on. Give me a second, guys. And too bad you can't play that again. He played it.
Okay, hold on.
Hold on.
Okay. No, that's okay. Hold on a second.
No, that's good. We don't need to hear it.
Don't play that thing.
Okay. So
that was MS Now. See, so again, not Fox News.
Okay.
But they also, they try to push narratives to make Trump look bad too.
So that's at MS News. That's
But
that used to be the other channel.
MS Now, I think is that.
Yes, to him. Yes.
Okay,
So,
so
what's your feeling on Israel making a start?
Oh, of course. Of course. Netanyahu has been, in my opinion, and a lot of people I know, and a lot of people I know that are Jewish, all have thought that he has been corrupt for many, many, many years.
Yeah.
Okay. And, they don't trust him either. It's not like he's well loved as far as I know, especially not with the Jews that I know. Okay. And I'm Jewish too, so I'm allowed to say it.
He's not a real Jew.
No, he's not. Isn't
He's
he
not.
Polish or something?
Polish or German or Polish.
Well, you can be a Polish Jew
kinda,
because that's what I am. But in general, he's not.
But he's not an Israeli Jew. He's
Yeah.
not. He's not from the actual,
right.
origin people.
Uh-huh.
So
And I don't want to
don't-
say nothing about Polish Jews, even though I am one. So, but
I don't know why we got ourselves involved though.
I
It's
turned
been going
something
on
on.
for 50 years.
But we Polish Jews are a lot about the money. Like,
yeah.
I'm cheap with the money.
But one
That's because I
question-
ain't got none.
But you're not a Polish Jew.
What?
You're more of a Jew.
If you're a Polish Jew,
No,
how am I
because
not a
you
Polish
got it
Jew?
from your father's head more than me.
But I still have your DNA.
Yes,
I mean,
but
so I
your
still.
father was more of a other.
What
kind
I'm
of
saying,
Jew.
if you're Polish Jew, obviously I must
Yeah,
be
like
also
3%
Polish
or
Jew.
4%.
He actually makes sense. Yeah,
That's
he's
it.
actually making sense.
I mean, it's common sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it's really not because you get it from two people, so it's two different kinds of Jews.
I get it. So I'm just double Jew then. I'm more Jew than you.
I still gotta take that answer.
Hey, listen.
I bought it for you like over a year ago, but you still haven't taken it.
Hey, just to shake it up a little bit, I haven't been watching the news, like I said before.
Yeah, for weeks, right?
Whatever happened with Nancy Guthrie? I mean, with all due
Yeah, we
respect.
still didn't hear.
And whatever happened with
I
the
mean,
Ukrainian war?
I'm serious. I mean, for 3 weeks.
We don't even hear about any of
Nothing.
that.
We don't hear about Ukraine and Russia. We don't hear
Yeah,
about
what happened?
Savannah
Yeah.
Guthrie.
What happened to all the
Yeah.
money they sent to Ukraine? Where was that, man?
Yeah.
It's so
What
crazy.
happened to all the money that they spent up
and
in
still no
Minneapolis?
one's been arrested for the Epstein besides in the
Yes.
UK
I know.
or some
Yes,
shit.
that's
But
right. You're right.
And whatever happened with all the money that the $9 billion up in Minneapolis?
In the Leary centers, I know.
oh yeah, the Lerin centers. I love those centers.
I want to
Those
go
are
to
so
a
good.
Lyric Center because I could, use. I can always use Lyric.
So they're saying with this war right now in Iran or somewhere overseas besides Iran, but I know definitely Iran. They're pushing that they striked on Netanyahu's like house or something last night, right?
Oh yeah, they said something about. that
And there
he
was a
said
Mossad
meeting
leader
or
that was
something.
having a meeting with Netanyahu,
Yes,
and they
yes.
bombed the house, and they injured or killed, but I think they said
Yeah, but now
killed.
you're gonna
What?
because it's spreading misinformation.
No, that's what I'm saying. This is just,
crazy.
it's not misinformation because this is what they have out there. What I'm saying, it's information out there. I'm just letting you know it's out there. I'm not saying if it's true or false. I don't know. I'm not there.
I know. I wouldn't know.
But
so.
so they're trying to say that
But
obviously.
it's something that people should research for themselves.
So they're saying if they bomb the house, right, and he went to meeting with the Mossad leader, and they killed the Mossad leader, then it would just, be obvious that they killed
Mike's on it.
Netanyahu as well. So I'm losing my train of thought.
Yeah. I love you.
So anyway, so we'll show a video on where they're talking about how Netanyahu is most likely dead, which I don't think he is.
That's right. That's the latest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that
it's
too.
news going around, and everybody has their feelings about it if it is true. So let's hear what this guy has to say, and then we'll go from there. Let me unmute the mics because I don't have the screen up yet. Hold on, give me a second, guys.
Unmute the one.
I know.
Unmute
I'm
the
mumbling at
mics.
this point, guys. I'm all discombobulated.
Because
All
this was an
right. Shit.
impromptu thing.
Yeah,
we're all
hey,
kinda hanging
bear
out
with
and
us.
drinking.
We're just.
All right, we're here now. Don't worry.
The last night when Iran killed David Bernier of head of Mossad. So David had a meeting with Netanyahu. So I am asking myself this question, or any person can ask. If the David got murdered with ballistic missiles, so where is the Netanyahu? So the clear news, Netanyahu is dead. Today, the Israeli government showing a footage of Netanyahu having meeting. Or that footage, or AI footage, or there is a fake Netanyahu. Netanyahu is gone. The last night.
Back on.
Yeah.
Words can't describe just how dull you really are.
All right, guys. So yeah, he's basically saying that, you know, obviously if they struck it, they killed him. They most likely killed Netanyahu. I don't believe that because I'm sure he has some place to evacuate, and they probably knew somehow beforehand. Because even if they couldn't blow them, I thought they had the Iron Dome, where they could just, you know, any missile come in, get blown because they have the Iron Dome. So how'd they hit his house first?
Right, that's it.
You would know
And
that.
if
I
they
don't
did,
know
I'm
that.
sure they had it on radar prior for him to evacuate, where they seen it coming to some extent, I would think.
I would think.
So
all I know is all these bombers dropping. When I did watch the news, which I don't know more,
For the day, yeah.
Tel Aviv looks like a place where I want to go hang out in.
I don't think anymore. Apparently, it got bombed. But again, how is everything getting bombed if they have the Iron Dome that Trump wanted to have for America and stuff like that? He's talking
I
all
do
about the
remember
Iron
something
Dome.
about the
And
Iron
they
Dome,
went
but I don't
huge
know
on
what
that.
that
So
is.
how are they getting
And
bombed?
the reporter that's reporting from there, he stands in the same spot. He's on Fox News.
Oh, that guy.
He's got the leather. He's got the vest on. He's got a helmet on. Like
And
that's
he's
good.
just
You're
like
gonna
that.
It's probably a
Yeah.
green. It's probably a green screen in the background. It's probably.
I know.
He's like,
Is
we
it?
have to do this.
I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. That's why I can't watch it no more. I can't.
Fox News. I like Jesse and Greg Gosfeld.
Me
Like
too.
those two.
Me
I
too.
like them. But and I mean I like some of
But
the others, but I just
remember-
don't like.
I like
But
those two. You're
remember,
right.
I like Greg, but remember Jesse too. Okay,
I
and
think
all
they're
of
all
them,
sellouts in a way too.
They have multi-million.
They got
dollar
mansions.
homes
They got to make sure that talk
Okay.
about topics that they're approved.
aggravate the people.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
they got-
That's
they-
what it
they're
is.
Not
living in
people like
mansions.
us that have no money, so we tell the truth.
And they talk
And
to
where's your stock market thing? you were
and they
supposed
talk
show?
to us like they're on the same level as you, you know. But what do you living in a 50-room mansion
I know,
out there
I
in
know.
Jersey?
The stock
Jesse.
market was on before. I think we cut it off when they were talking about oil price. They talked about the stock market. We cut it off because anybody own stocks here?
No, and that's what I wanted to say when we originally looked at it prior to going live. Is that I mean, I don't know. You guys could own stocks, and that's really good. If
Well,
you
they say
do.
most boomers own stocks, so I'm surprised you guys don't own stocks.
Not at
Hell
all.
no. What are you kidding them?
What we got is what we got.
Yeah.
Okay. And we live off of the regular money that the retirees live off of. No stocks, no bonds, no
Nothing. No
401ks.
annuities. Nothing.
No,
There's
I don't have
nothing
none of
extra.
that.
Because you couldn't. Because if you had any, you had to suck it dry. Because the
For-
economy's been bad for the
yes.
past 20 years. Since
Yes.
they've
For 40 years I worked paycheck to paycheck. I had no money to save. What are you kidding? It was like you're paying all your bills.
And I
stuff.
raised,
you know.
kids, grandkids.
Yeah.
That's the
grandkids,
crazy
you know.
thing. They were saying that 25 years ago, the average person would start a job, make like $18,000-$20,000 a year.
Is on Michael?
Yes.
Yeah, they make
So-
$20,000 a year. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I got you.
All right. So
I started making $7,000 a year.
So even that, but then over the course, you work your way up. You know, you work
Yeah.
higher positions: assistant manager,
Right,
store,
right.
branch
Yeah, that's
manager.
right.
You want to make like $60,000 a year,
Yeah.
but yet everything has gone up 4 times.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I mean, a house that was $100,000 is now $1 million in some
Exactly.
places, but even other
So it's
places,
Exactly.
Yeah.
still $400,000.
It's not like the salary is going up, but the cost of living goes up
I
even
use-
more.
So it's like basically you never really made it. Like you worked
Yeah.
all that for nothing. Like you never
Yes.
got to the top, even though you worked 40. You did everything they told you to do.
And you know what?
Yeah.
What really bothers me, and you know I'm more liberal and shit than you guys. What really bothers me
Not
is
me.
the younger generations, the millennials.
Not
and
me. You're
stuff.
not more liberal than me.
No, maybe
But
not.
anyway,
you.
go ahead.
Anyway, but the millennials and stuff like that, they'll sit there and they'll be like, you know what? You bought your house in '92 for $140,000, and you sold it for $400,000 in 2020. I'm just using that as an example.
Okay.
Okay. So you made millions? No, because I had a mortgage from '92
Yes.
to 2020, which is 30 years.
Then as shit started worse, you had to
So-
take out home equity lines and stuff just to cover it because
But
taxes.
you had a
And,
mortgage of $140-something thousand on your house.
And the home is the
Then-
best
no,
investment.
But listen,
Good.
if your mortgage was $140,000 in '92, and you sell it in 2020, after you paid off most of that mortgage, okay, at a certain interest rate, you were paying back already $300,000.
Yeah.
Then, not to mention, like you said, with home equity lines,
And most people take that one.
And then what happens?
Most people are left with at most like $50,000-$100,000, and then sell their house to move it because they have to, not because they want to. They have to.
Right.
Yes.
And this is the new talking point to make the millennials and everybody actually say, "Why don't the boomers die?" They have no clue what boomers go through. Yeah. Yes, there are boomers that have never had children, have only 2 salaries and worked their whole life.
But the one thing about boomers is they lived in a time when it was really good. When he made $7,000 a year, you know what? Cigarettes were 25, 35 cents a pack. You know, gas was what? 40 cents a gallon. I mean, everything was so much cheaper than now.
$5, $5.75 got you a carton of cigarettes.
But I raised kids.
Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, where I remember I smoked.
Now it's $140 in New York.
Can you imagine?
But see, I vape right now. But anyway, I remember, and as my kids would remember, I can't even say you, but anyway, that I used to have rolling papers because raising kids, even back in the 80s, I used to sit there and take my
cigarette clips like
cigarette
this.
clips.
Yeah, you go like this, and
Yes,
you get the black part out, okay, and then you get tobacco. And
Yeah.
I
And
used to do that as well.
But the thing is way back in, say, the 80s, I would make $400 a week, not bring home, but $400 a week.
Yeah.
But I bring home about like $350, you know, whatever. I don't remember because it's going back. But my rent was like $850, and then I had to pay half the utility.
But that was also for like a 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom apartment,
Yeah, no,
$850. Yeah, now that's like $3,800.
At least it was doable. You use 2 of your week's
but now it's
salary
like
to pay
6
the rent.
times more.
I
And it's
know,
like, so
I
yeah,
know.
I might make more. So for the boomers and everybody that worked their whole lives, they worked to make more money and everything went up. So they're still making the same. And then for, and then people like us, you know, but not like us because I'm older too, but people, you know, new people coming in, yeah, they're making $15 an hour, but everything's so damn expensive. It's like they're making like, when you made $7,000 a year, it's like they're making $2,000 a year. I mean, the comparison is so
because
different.
you go to the food store, you buy some food back in the early 80s. All right, $35, $40.
Yeah.
Okay, that takes
I
a
know.
hit when you're making $300.
See, you know what I hate about this country right now? And I'm going to leave it at that. And then I'm just not going to interrupt you guys anymore. But this has been a thing since a couple of weeks ago with me and a family member. We were watching stuff about how to like save money, how to make your money work for you, and blah, blah, blah. And then they even said, but you can't really do that in this economy. So don't even pay attention to what I'm telling you. And then they were like, in this economy, work 2 jobs, maybe even 2.5 if you need to. Sell your possessions to make do. If you're a family with kids, instead of having a 3-bedroom, have a 1-bedroom. Sleep on a sofa bed and let the kids have the bedroom. This should not be in America. This should not be in America.
Yes.
And that is what pisses me off.
And
that's what grinds my gears.
Yeah, right. Hey, I don't blame you.
Yeah, right.
And back in the day, like if you tried to save money, next thing you know, your training just went on your car. That gets me to and from work.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's $700. I got to get my training rebuilt or something like that. You know, it's like.
Well, speaking of the training rebuilt, what was it, like 20 years ago?
I never bought a new
they
car.
put out a thing where everybody donates their car, like they have the cars for kids.
1-800 cars.
But
for
also
kids.
they had a thing out where, you know, you trade in, like they want you to trade in your old car so they give you cash for it so they can demolish it. They wanted to get rid of all the cars because new cars are coming out.
Right.
So now there's millions and millions of old cars pre-2005s that got destroyed for $1,000, $2,000 that aren't on the market for sale. That ran perfectly fine, but it's all wanting the money. Okay, you're going to give me blue book value. Go ahead. And they crushed it and destroyed it.
Yep.
They would seize the engines first, and then there was a whole video on it. They seized the engines and they would destroy it.
President Obama had the cash for clunkers. And
that's it, cash for clunkers.
Cash for clunkers. And everybody turned their cars in. Those cars would be classics today.
And
they're
they'd
probably sitting in actually, what is that? Cuba.
Epstein Island.
Yeah.
No, they're probably
on Epstein Island.
No, they're in Cuba.
Cuba
right
and
now.
shit. But the
all
point
those
is,
parts and those cars.
all those cars had great engines. They didn't have all the electronics. They didn't have all the smart devices. and that's
Or
why
they
they
can
wanted them gone.
Oh,
They
let
don't
me
want them
ask
on
I
the
don't
you-
even look
let
under
me-
my hood anymore.
Let me ask
You
you.
can't.
I
You
know.
can't. I don't even know what I'm
When
looking
you were
at.
just saying about that, because you're smart with this. I remember you told me like years ago about
Okay.
the car turning on and off all the time, right?
Yeah, the automatic shut-off
Yes.
on the
Now
cars.
they have the Obama button, which is where he's the one who came up or pushed this idea.
Saving energy, sitting at a light for
Saving
2
energy.
a minute.
I think that's wear and tear on a car more than if you.
I think
sat
so.
there.
It's gonna wear
Well, as
shit
it
out.
cools down for those couple minutes, then you turn it back on. When the metal gets cool for a little bit, then heats up. That actually deteriorates the metal. That's how engines go. Engines don't necessarily go for the mileage drive. It's because of you turning it on and off. As the metal
Right.
gets cool, then hot again, it makes the metal weaker.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, that's one thing. Also, the whole shut off thing at red lights. A lot of people I've seen literally stranded on the road that it doesn't turn back on.
I've never had that.
Yeah, I've actually seen people stuck with this, and they're like, "Yeah, you know,
Wow.
automatic shut off," and you have to. There's some procedure you have to do to get it like reset it, but there's a way to reset it.
Really?
But it's the whole
I guess
thing.
when you get up to a certain amount of miles.
No, I think it's just who knows on the manufacturer how they make it, whatever.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is they destroyed the old cars, so they're not on the market for sale.
They didn't destroy them. They gave them to Cuba.
Well, they said they destroyed them.
Okay.
But so they're not on the market for
Well,
sale.
in my
Teresa.
opinion, go ahead.
Red button.
Man,
So they're not on the
the
market.
woman from
Oh, my.
Long Island has no more time. Go ahead.
So they're not on the market for sale. This way, the less cars available for sale means prices of used cars go up.
Yeah.
And that's why a car that was 2,000-3,000 20 years ago is now 15,000 or 10,000 now.
I know. It's so
Because
sad.
there's less cars available.
And even insurance is so high for young new drivers.
Yeah, especially even for older drivers. I mean, I'm in my 40s, and still, it's literally over $300 a month just for insurance.
Yeah, I know. I don't get it either. Yeah.
Insurance.
And then when you get really old like me, they charge you more because you're too old. They
It's-
love all that.
Back in the day, you were older, you paid more like $65 a year for insurance.
I know, I know.
Now it's like $6,500 a year. That's what I'm saying. So the more you make, it still means nothing because everything has gone up a ridiculous amount, more than what you've made extra throughout the year.
T to the DOG just missed it also. Anyway, but that's
Yeah, he had technical difficulties, aka piss break.
That
I know.
problem has been fixed.
Hey, oh, behave.
I know.
I didn't even know he had that one out
I
there.
know.
Yeah, baby.
All
All
right. I know we both said all
I
right.
think this is the end of the show,
I know.
guys.
Don't get me going with this shit.
No.
Yeah.
We're all good.
We're good.
Yeah.
All right, this is the end of the show. Let's say goodbye to everyone and thank you again for the followers.
Yes.
And please,
yes.
more followers
And
would be
please
outstanding.
Share so that we can get more followers.
We got to comment, do all that fun crap. It takes 5 seconds and it costs $0. We're not asking for a membership prescription or a prescription.
Subscription.
Anyway.
No, really, no. But please, I mean, really, it's just shut up.
He loves those
Say
little...
goodnight to him. He's tied up for the night.
All right.
Yes. Good night, Bella. No, but anyway. Really, thank you. We love you. And
Yes.
like, follow, subscribe, do whatever you got to do, but we appreciate you.
And thank you for your prayers from the last episode. My friend made it through his surgery and he's doing well.
Did he
That
mention
is-
that then?
Well, he did it last
Yeah, I did.
episode. Yeah, he was talking
Yeah,
about his friend that
yeah.
was in surgeries. Yes, very, yeah.
He
Thank
did.
you.
I didn't, I
Thank
didn't
you.
remember that he did that.
And I forgot you told me the good news today. And
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
really, really good because he's such a great guy. He really
And
thank you,
I'm
guys.
not going to mention his name, but friend, if you're watching or you watch this, we love you.
Yes.
Have a good night, guys.